Considering the African in America experience, and that we have went through what PTS, post-traumatic slavery, kind of like a trauma. Well, I didn't want to say syndrome or disorder because we just been affected, but we're on a higher level than that. I don't even want to evoke that term, disorder or syndrome. How do we, or should I say, how did you heal past the trauma of black inferiority and white superiority as it attacked you? How did you heal past? I hope my question wasn't too long.
I think I have the gist of it. You're asking me, how do I, as an African American in a European world, identify or live amongst my European counterparts?
No, how do you heal?
How do I heal?
How did you heal?
How do I?
So you seem like you're in the process of healing. How did you heal?
Well, I agree. I say the way that I healed is pretty much change of mindset, change of lifestyle.
Considering the African in America experience, and that we have went through what PTS, post-traumatic slavery, kind of like a trauma. Well, I didn't want to say syndrome or disorder because we just been affected, but we're on a higher level than that. I don't even want to evoke that term, disorder or syndrome. How do we, or should I say, how did you heal past the trauma of black inferiority and white superiority as it attacked you? How did you heal past? I hope my question wasn't too long.
I was born in Selma, Alabama, and I was raised by my grandparents, Willie and Willie Mae Soul, and they had been together. Well, she just died this year, and I took care of her for 5 years, but they had been together all their lives, and my grandmother really raised me strong in the church. But after church, she was just very down to earth. We watched a lot of black comedy. I loved Eddie Murphy. I loved Richard Pryor. I loved Red Fox. I loved all these strong men, but I also loved these men she was taking me to see at church on Sunday. So what I loved about these men is they had the ability to still tell stories, and they told truth. The same with the comedians. I love them, and she didn't want me to tell anybody that when we get home, hey, we're watching Eddie Murphy Raw. I don't know if you guys remember Eddie Murphy Raw, tight red suit, you know, he's cursing. But I was watching these preachers and I was watching these comedians, and that's who I wanted to be. That's what she was placing inside of me. So I knew at 5 to 7 what my grandmother was cultivating, what she was placing inside of me. So when I would go to church, I would pretend to act like a preacher. My grandmother would edge me on, but at the same time, I got bullied a lot. It would be like the whole classroom. It wouldn't be one person. The whole classroom would beat me up because I was the preacher and the comedian. I was going to get you before you got me. And or if you attacked me, I was going to tell you some truth, some kind of way. So I found out very early. And self-determination, I dropped out of high school, but that didn't stop me. Anything I ever wanted to do, I was a radio personality for 98.7, 1220. I would walk up to the radio station and say, hey, I want to be on the radio station. And they'll be like, are you serious? Yeah, this is what I want to do. And I get on the radio station. And I was like, hey. But the path that's laid for me, you just have to make sure you're prepared. I would say self-determination is, preparation is half the battle. If you're taking care of yourself and you know what you want to do, you position yourself for that and stop waiting for someone, creating your destiny. You learn what you need to learn. You do your homework. Then those doors are open. When the right people in the right place and the right opportunity presents itself, you're ready. See, if you're not ready, you can't take advantage of the opportunities. If you're not ready, that right person and that opportunity presents itself, what are you going to do? That's the self-determination. Stop waiting for somebody else to prepare you or give you something that's already inside of you, and all you need to do is do the work. You know, like I said, I dropped out of high school. That's not not going, I taught at colleges, I taught at middle school, I taught and got paid for it. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, be prepared, use the resources. Don't stop saying why you can't do something. Stop saying these are the limitations and these are the boundaries, but start saying, I'm going to do this. We all have smartphones, let's get smart. Use them. Get on the phone and do something else besides talking to your friends and talking about some mess. Use it to educate yourself and get what you need to know to make those steps to be prosperous in life. The Hebrew word prosper means the ability to make the right decisions. It's not about financial wealth. If I was to give you $100 million right now, you'll throw it away because you don't have the ability to make the right decisions. Let's make the right decisions. That's the self-determination that we need.
Let her hold the microphone. I'm going to start another series of questions.
I was born in Selma, Alabama, and I was raised by my grandparents, Willie and Willie Maso, and they have been together. Well, she just died this year, and I took care of her for 5 years, but they have been together all their lives, and my grandmother really raised me.
The way that I healed is pretty much change of mindset, change of lifestyle. The way that I healed is pretty much change of mindset, change of lifestyle. Just completely changing who I was at once because I was a victim.
I think I remember the question. I have an answer. My greatest characteristic would probably be being a warrior. There's a scripture that talks about, and I'll say the great book, that we war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against thrones, dominions, warfare, the prince of the darkness. And I found out that my greatest characteristic is when I have to be in the midst of warfare. I'm a warrior. I get told a lot by my family and friends, I can't accept the word no. I have to go into warfare, especially when it's for my family members or for a cause. I fight tooth and nail. I am persistent, I am tenacious, and it's about taking care of those things and those people that are worth dying for. And sometimes people think that death, a physical death, is the worst death. The worst death is living and being dead at the same time. So the things that I'm great at is I will die and sacrifice my life for what I believe in. And that means if I have to give up something, if I have to die to a desire, if I have to die to a position or something that I really believe in, because ultimately when I leave this place, I don't want to have regrets. And I think that's how most of us should live, because physical death is you're gonna go somewhere else after this. If you don't believe that, it's somewhere else. This is the testing ground. This is just class. You have to be willing to die for what you believe in. And it's not the death that you're talking about getting into the casket. It's not the death where we're talking about having a funeral. We're talking about dying to something that you want, dying to a belief, dying for a greater cause, either an individual or something else that you believe in, because that's the sacrifice. When you give up something, you're giving up something, an idea, a mindset, a belief in order to get something greater. But you first have to give that thing up. And that's what warfare is about. That's what it's about. You're killing an old belief, you're killing an old mindset, you're killing something in exchange to get something greater. I know that's maybe a little deep, but that's where I find my greatest characteristics. And I found it more so in the last 5 years taking care of my grandmother.
So you said find it as your service to others, that's how you find it gifts?
Not just a service to others, dropping out of high school, moving out at an early age, that too, fighting for what I believe in. Fighting for what I believe in, service to others and fighting for what I believe in.
All right, give it to him. Give it to him. Considering the African in America experience and that we have went through what PTS, post-traumatic slavery, kind of like a trauma. How, well, I didn't want to say syndrome or disorder because we just been affected, but we're on a higher level than that. I don't even want to evoke that term disorder or syndrome. How do we, or should I say, how did you heal past the trauma of black inferiority and white superiority as it attacked you? How did you heal past that? I hope my question wasn't too long.
I think I have the gist of it. You're asking me how do I, as an African American in a European world, identify or live amongst my European counterparts?
How did you heal?
How do I heal?
How did you heal?
How do I
Because
heal?
you seem like you're in the process of healing. How did you heal?
I know this is probably going to sound cliche. Stop pointing the finger. Stop pointing the finger at the white man. Stop pointing the finger and forgive. I know that sounds like simple, but forgiveness is more about ourselves than the other person. Forgiveness says that I'm not going to allow you to have any control over what I do, what I think, and what I feel. Once we forgive those that have oppressed us, that have done hurt and harm to us, we're able to move forward. But as long as we're saying, you did this to me, you're the reason why we can't do this, you're the reason why our communities are dilapidated, you're the reason why we can't unite, you're the reason why our economic standards our standards are right here. As long as we're saying that, we can't heal. We can't heal. The healing process is when we take accountability and acceptance of ourselves and say, yes, this did happen. Yes, white people did enslave us. We can't deny that. But when are we going to say, okay, that happened, this is where we are right now, what can we do to move forward? And that's how the healing starts, when we take accountability and acceptance of the situation and look at the individual and say, I forgive you. Forgiveness opens the doors for so many other things to happen. And that's what I've done. I've looked at it and said, I can't allow you to have any power or control over me. I'm not going to give that to you. I'm not giving you any power or control over what I'm going to do in my life, my emotions, my thoughts. Because once you do that says that, okay, I haven't forgiven you, and I'm holding this, I'm giving you power, I'm giving you control over my life. And as long as I'm giving you power and control over my life, you're able to control me like a little puppet. Because I'm always looking to you for freedom. I'm always looking to you for answers. I'm always looking to you for healing. But we can't look to them for healing. We can't look for them for freedom. We can't even look to them for answers. We got to go within. So that's my answer.
Well, I agree with the sister about looking within for your healing and calling on the divine, which for me,
here collectively to bond ourselves and strengthen ourselves here economically and culturally. That's what I want to know. What do y'all think?
Anybody like to answer that?
I'll start. To bond ourselves economically and culturally, first of all, we got to start back with our communities. I think we're getting away from home ownership and responsible. Your point about the lost black males, and were you saying, what did you mean by that part?
I'm saying we're under attack constantly. Either we're being assaulted or we're being killed by police. In every aspect in this country, these folks have been killing us since they brought us in from Africa. And the surge is even stronger. And I would dare say Trump is going to probably win. If Bernie Sanders or Bloomberg don't take him out. But we can't put our dependency on some white man in the White House.
You got to start with each community. Everything you're talking about, it's got to be small based. You're talking about going up to higher up levels. Everything's got to start within each community. Each community has to have some type of community unity. We've got to be more responsible and accountable for ourselves. See, what you're doing, you're talking about Trump and what everybody else did. We got to start with the communities we're in. You're talking about the people are killing, we're killed by, somebody else, but we're killing each other in our own community. communities. So we can't overlook that. You can't overlook what we're doing to each other because there's no precepts, no principles, no foundation, no synchronicity, no alignment. We got dysfunctional families, so you can't go out and start pointing a finger at a higher level of authority until you take root of what's happening within our own selves. If you want to do something, go within the communities where you have a problem. Go within your community, and I'm sure you're doing something like that. Another thing is with our as far as economically, we've got away from ownership. We don't want Big Mama house. We don't want Big Mama house. We want a property down there in 280. We don't want to restore something that already has, heritage and foundation. We don't want to fix the roof because it's old. It don't look like what they living on TV. That's one of the problems. We live above our means. We don't need to go and compete with other people and get what they got. What we need to do is take care of what's already in our hands. But we're not willing to do that, and no one is really educating and teaching us how to do that. That's why our neighborhoods look the way that they do. That's why things happen in our neighborhoods the way they do. It's because dilapidation. We don't care for our own neighborhoods and we don't care for our own people, so I'll be damned if some other race and generational people are going to do the same. We're just doing, we need to take care of our own communities. That's how it's going to start. You start showing that we respect one another and we love each other, then other people will start giving us the same respect and love. Nobody's going to love us and respect us if we're not giving it to ourselves. Why should a white man, a higher up authority, come to Birmingham, Alabama and want to do something we're not doing something ourselves? Why we need to look to our mayor to help us? Why we can't help ourselves? We got the resources. All we need is each other. Why? Can you help us? Why can't we start something in our communities and do that? Why can't we educate ourselves on what to do with these dilapidated houses? Go down here, go downtown and pay some of these taxes on these houses, take back these houses, get a group of these young men in here together and fix them up. Put the nails in the roof, let's fix them up. I mean, that's what we're going to have to do. We can't look to these politicians to do nothing for us. They money hungry. What you looking for them for? Look for the people who really want to do something. Band together, build up your own political group, and let's make something happen. I'll help you. I live in Big Mama house. I'm keeping Big Mama house. I don't want an apartment down on 280. I like where I live. I mean, I'm not trying to compete with the Joneses. I don't have to have it. I'm willing to do what I need to do to pass down something to my child. The Bible says that a wise man leaves a heritage to his children's children. What do we have to lead our children right now? Not just physically and financially. What type of wealth? You have to have something to give your children. You got to teach them something. I'm not trying to teach my daughter, oh, we going to get out of the neighborhood, we going to go down here. No, you going to stay right here. You going to fix this up. You going to take care of this, because when you have your children, they might have a little hard time and keep passing it down. We got to restore our communities. We got to keep not them. We got to do it. We got to do it. And then we have to educate. Like I said earlier, and I'm going to shut up. The Hebrew word for prosper is the ability to make the right decisions. Before we get any type of money, we got to know how to handle the little bit of money we got right now. Because we're rich as a people. We just spend our money in the wrong places.